Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Just gonna go over a few pickups from the week and some mail. I will start with the thrift stores. I went to one yesterday. Yeah, yesterday, because I was looking to see if our Dollar Tree's got anything, but they didn't get anything yet. So some of them, most of them around here don't put anything out early. So but I went to the thrift store right next door, and I only got one box set here for Warner Archive titles in this little box set. It is the Romance Classics collection. We get Palm Springs Weekend, Parish, Rome Adventure, and Susan Slade. All four movies star Troy Donahue, and you get Connie Stevens and most of them, and then they're all in these little slim cases. But every disc was mint. You get Susan Slade. This is from 1961. The disc is just like the main cover there. Up next, you get Rome Adventure. And it's just the same artwork inside on the disc. This is from 1962. Parish is from 1960. A little artwork on the disc. And then the one that I really wanted to watch was Palm Springs Weekend. I almost bought this on Warner Archive sale, but I passed on it. But I'm glad to pick it up for, basically it was $5, $5 for the whole thing, so $1.25 for each disc. And this one is from 1963. So that was a good deal for 4 movies for $5. And then I went to another location for the same thrift store this afternoon. Excuse me, after work. I picked up seven titles altogether. The employee didn't charge me right, so I got all for like $10. So that was cool. Most of these are factory sealed still. The only Blu-ray I got was The Legend of Zorro. This is the second film in the Antonio Banderas series of Zorro. This is from 2005. You get Antonio Banderas and Catherine Zeta-Jones once again. And directed by Martin Campbell. I don't remember seeing this in the theater. I remember seeing the first one in the theater when it came out, but this one I don't remember seeing. So it'll be a first time watch for me, I think. So that was $3. Everything else was pretty much $1, except probably the last title that might have been $3. But anyway, next up is a 3-disc set put out by RLJ Entertainment and Image Entertainment. This is not a complete series, but it's like a best of the Dick Van Dyke Show. It's a 3-disc set. I think they only charged me $1 for this, but they're all stacked on top of each other. You get Mary Tyler Moore and Dick Van Dyke, and this was created by Carl Reiner back in the day. It doesn't tell me an exact date when this aired, but this DVD set was put out in 2014. And you get all 20 episodes right there. Sorry for the glare. Up next is I believe this is a found footage film, but I'm not too sure. Put out by Echo Bridge in 2010. This is still brand new, factory sealed. It is a film called Ghosts Don't Exist. Don't know too much about this film. It looks like it's found footage. It's about a ghost hunter who struggles to move on from the death of his wife and their child. On the verge of retiring, he needs a phenomenal case to wrap up his paranormal TV show. When someone calls claiming that his wife contacted him, it seems that a fan is desperate for attention, but the call is far from a ploy, and he takes on a bizarre case that quickly turns personal and deadly. So that sounds intriguing. Written and directed by Eric Espejo. I guess I say his last name. Don't really recognize anybody in the cast. Maybe Chris Kennedy, but I think I have him mistaken for somebody else. But it looks pretty cool. So check that out. Up next, I found a brand new factory sealed copy of Bewitched Season 2. This is from Mill Creek. Put this out in what year? It doesn't say what year they put it out, which is 2014. It was filmed in 1964 and 1965 and 1966. 3 years for one series. That's weird. Or one season, rather. Yeah, you get Elizabeth Montgomery, Dick York, and Agnes Moorehead. And then you get guest stars like Charlie Ruggles, Peter Strauss, and Richard Dreyfuss in season 2. So it is also black and white. I believe I have season 1 somewhere. Sometimes I just forget what I have and what I don't have as far as TV goes. Up next is a PBS 2-movie collection, still brand new, factory sealed. This is L.M. Montgomery's Anne of Green Gables 2-movie collection. We get the original, and then I don't know if it's a sequel, but it's called The Good Stars. Let's see, approximately 180 minutes, so 90 minutes a piece. They're both on separate discs, so that's always a plus. Doesn't say here. This is a Canadian release. Okay, these are relatively newer movies. The first one was from 2015, and the second film was 2017. So two years between movies. Same cast. Martin Sheen stars in both films, along with Ella Ballantyne and Sarah Botsford. Both directed by John Kent Harrison. And slipcover, and still do the rub here. Brand new, factory sealed. Okay, next one is a film that I thought was out of print, but it is not. And this one kind of hits home to everybody because the star's death was very sudden when it happened and very shocking. This is Steve Irwin, Crocodile Hunter, Collision Course. This film was from 2002, 89 minutes. Stars Steve Irwin and his wife Terry. I don't think their daughter's in here. Maybe she is, but she was very little back then. Also stars Magda Zubanski and David Wenham. Directed by John Staten. This is an MGM and Animal Planet release. So everybody should remember Steve Irwin. And inside you actually get a nice little card with the scene selection on the back. And then you also get this weird little sweepstakes insert. Obviously, it's no longer valid, but when did this expire? Let's see here. To be received by April 30th, 2003. So yeah, definitely 18 years late on that one. Oh well, at least we tried. Rest in peace, Steve. We definitely miss you. And the last title here. I know there's a complete series of this, but I remember when Walmart had it, every time I'd find it, there would be a loose disc inside because it's so thick and bulky and awkward. So I picked up season 3. It is Everybody Hates Chris, starring Terry Crews and what's the kid? I forget the kid that plays Chris as a young boy in this movie, in this film, or this series. I know he was shortly in The Walking Dead, but his character didn't last very long. Spoiler. Yeah, I don't remember the kid's name, but I definitely remember watching this show growing up. So probably not necessarily this season. It's from 2007, 2008, but I remember when it first aired. So that is it for the 2 thrift stores. I'm going to go with Amazon. So Shout Factory put out this statement saying that a certain TV series was going out of print. And I went ahead and looked up how much the Blu-ray was on their website. And then I went over to Amazon, and it was $5 cheaper at Amazon. Now, I have this on DVD, but I wanted to upgrade. And I'm glad I did, because this contains like a bonus disc. And it looks like there's a booklet inside. I haven't opened it yet. But if you grew up in the 90s, you definitely remember this TV show. It is Freaks and Geeks, the complete series on Blu-ray. I definitely remember this show. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. And you get created by Paul Feig and produced by Judd Apatow. You get cast members Seth Rogen, James Franco, Jason Segel, Linda Cardinelli, and a bunch of other people. This series takes place in 1980 at McKinley High in Detroit, Michigan. It focuses on 2 groups of outsiders: the stoners, tough kids, bad girls, and the brains, nerds, and squares. It only lasted 1 season, but it is still a cult favorite and a benchmark for quality television. So if you haven't picked this up yet, I suggest you do it now, because it won't be lasting much longer. And then I got some more mail in the, was this Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday. I got 7 titles here from Decluttr.com. I'm gonna go over them. They're pretty much all horror titles, obviously. I always look for obscure, old, out-of-print titles for decent prices, and they do okay. The first one here is basically the 3rd installment in a particular series, the Demons trilogy, and it is not The Ogre, which I already own, but this is a movie called Black Demons, directed by Umberto Lenzi. This is from 1991. This is put out by Shriek Show. I don't believe there's a Blu-ray for this one. Basically, it's your black magic rites and powers of voodoo and the macumba are used to reanimate the corpses of zombified, revenge-seeking black slaves. Acting out of retribution, the zombies tear, rip, and bite anyone in their path of vengeance. Contains plenty of gore and an early 80s style, but put out in 1991. As far as the cast goes, I don't really recognize anybody. I am familiar with the director, and actually Sonia Curtis is in here. She was in Monster Squad. Joe Ballou from Hitcher in the Dark, and Keith Van Hoven from House of Clocks, which I've never seen. Yep, so special features, you get interviews and trailers and anamorphic widescreen, so not too much going on there. This is a former video rental from 2020 Video, but the disc is fine. You get some decent art on the disc. So I can't wait to check that one out. Up next is a film that I have never even heard of up until now. It is from 1987, which I love 80s flicks, especially horror. So this is a movie called Terror Night. Now, I don't know too much about it, other than it's something to do with an estate. See, he has not come to hear your confession, but to give you your last rites. Lance Hayward was a famous movie star who hasn't been seen or heard from for 15 years. His old estate has been taken over by the government and passed on to real estate developer Aaron Walsh, who has big plans for the land. The terrifying horror begins as Walsh and others interested in the estate soon discover there's a shadowy evil figure lurking in the darkness, willing to stop at nothing to destroy their plans for the old mansion. This was directed by Nick Marino. Oh, Dan Haggerty is in here. That's cool. I enjoy him as an actor. Stacey Greason, Alan Hale, Aldo Ray, Cameron Mitchell, and John Ireland. Yep. This is put out by Legacy Entertainment in 2004, so it's probably not great quality, but we'll see. And kind of lame disc art there. It's just the cover. Up next is a film that goes by a different name. So the name on the box is Creatures from the Abyss, also known as Plankton, from 1994. Another Shriek Show release. Sit right back and hear a tale of frightful ship. This is written, directed, and produced by Al Passari, I say his last name. I'll just give you the synopsis here. 5 bright young teenagers decide to go for a ride in a small rowboat on the open ocean. Strangely, they come across an abandoned yacht with a mysterious biology laboratory. Bob and Julie decide to make love on the boat, but radioactive plankton from the lab infects them. How will they escape when Bob messily devours Julie and the monsters begin running rampant on the boat? Looking at the back here, it just looks so super cheesy, but like these little like piranha monster things look pretty badass, if you know if if you can tell. I don't know if you can see it, but right there, those look like really like giant piranhas. And the inside you get a nice little art scene selection, and then other titles from Shriek Show. Women in Fury, Demonia, Killer Barbies, and Central Park Drifter. I don't own too many Shriek Show titles because most of the ones I have already like upgraded. So, and then the disc you get like the yacht and them on a raft. So Yeah, if you've seen any of these, let me know. If you like, love them, hate them, or whatever. Up next is a film from 2002. It's about 2 hours long. This is it's a pretty dark and nasty little movie, but if I say little, if it's over almost 2 hours. Anyway, it's called I'll Bury You Tomorrow. Is there love after death? Only the small community of Port Orem can answer that. When a mysterious young woman appears out of nowhere to begin work at the beach funeral home, the local mortuary quickly becomes more than just a quiet place for rest. That's weird. So it doesn't mention her name, and then it mentions her name, which is weird. So I guess her name is Dolores. Her passion for cadavers soon gives new meaning to the phrase disturbing the peace, combining murder, mayhem, and necrophilia and body snatching to a roster of twisted characters. I'll Bury You Tomorrow is an absolute must for horror fans who still lust for some good old-fashioned bloodshed. You get the widescreen format, trailers, photo gallery, scene selection, deleted scenes, so that's always something to look forward to. This is put out by Hectic Films. Not familiar with that label at all. Kind of weak disc art. It's just the name of the movie, and then like a small bit of blood spatter, but not too much. Up next is another film from 2002 that looked interesting. It is called Embalmer. He kills so the dead can live. Creepy eyes. Let's see here. When the pain goes away, you're dead. Nice. Very, very nice. Let's see here. Director Terranio Berry brings you a frightening new urban legend to the screen in the vein of George Romero's Living Dead and Brian Usena's Reanimator. A psychopathic mortician, Zach, played by Dexter Tenney, slaughters his family and disappears into the night, quickly becoming another terrifying urban legend. Years later, Chiffon, played by Jennifer Kelly, and her runaway friends stumble upon Zach's abandoned funeral parlor and find out that most legends are based on fact as Zach begins collecting blood, brains, and bodies from the living in order to animate the dead. Sounds pretty cool, I guess. I don't know. Put up by Vision Factory. Another distributor I've never heard of. And it's basically the same disc on the disc, same art on the disc. Up next is a film from 1978. Says takes some really nasty Clockwork Orange style sexual violence and aims it squarely at a bunch of teenage girls in night dresses. Full of screams, shocks, and gushing blood, says Blockbuster.com. This is a film called Killer's Moon. Let's see here. It is Britain's answer to I Spit on Your Grave, but only sleazier. Produced in the late 70s, it mixes lurid scenes of rape with dollops of ultra-violence and Clockwork Orange Droog-style menace. So this is definitely not for everybody. I didn't realize it had rape in it. Definitely not my cup of tea, but I'll try to give it a watch. This is put out by Salvation Films, London. This is an import, but it doesn't say actually no, it's not. It's a US barcode, so that's fine. It's the the same artwork on the disc as the cover. Her screaming in her nightgown. And the last title here is a film that I had recently just found out about, because if you've seen the old TV series Forever Night from the 90s, you might remember that there was a film that came out before the TV show started. If not, you're like me, and I'm just like, my mind is just blown. But it is a movie called Nick Knight, starring no one other than Jesse's Girl singer Rick Springfield. Let's see here. This is put out in 1989 by New World Television, and it is also an Anchor Bay release. Let's see here. Rick Springfield stars as Nick Knight, a Los Angeles homicide detective with a solo night shift, a 59 Cadillac, and one very chilling secret. He is a vampire hundreds of years old, tormented by his addictions and searching for a way to regain his mortality. But when a string of gruesome murders leaves a trail of blood-drained bodies, Nick's investigation teams him with a pushy new partner, played by John Capellos, and a beautiful archaeologist, while leading him to his immortal nemesis, LaCroix, played by Michael Nader, and an all-too-human killer with a bloodlust of his own. Laura Johnson co-stars in this atmospheric and action-packed movie that would emerge from a world of darkness to become the inspiration for a cult sci-fi series, Forever Night. No special features on this disc. So, directed by Farad Mann. Let's see, the cover art is also the disc, and then you have an insert as well. Okay, that is everything I have for you guys today. I'm still waiting for a bunch of packages. I literally got no mail today. I don't know why, but whatever. So, going out tomorrow, see if I can find anything. And stay safe out there, guys. Happy hunting. And I'll see you guys later.